Hi Gemini, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages. This is for April 2019. I'm going to pull a couple of cards here to see what your Spirit Guides would like you to focus on in the month of April. So let's see what comes out, Gemini. Alright, well, there's that. Your own house, the third house, communication. So talks are going to be had with this flying out, but also this being your house, Gemini, you're going to feel quite empowered throughout April. Also, your mind is opening up to new concepts or new ways of handling things, going about things. There could be some change in your routines, but this is all from something that you've learned recently and you're incorporating it to better yourself on some level. But also communication is the main highlight of this particular card in this deck. So having conversations, really expressing yourself, or people really expressing themselves to you, Gemini, is much on the menu, very highlighted. Ooh, look at that. Deeply held beliefs, okay? So this is very well paired with your card when I said you're opening up to new concepts, new ideas. And this is about stuff that is deeply seated within your consciousness, the things and programs that animate you that you're not really aware of, okay? It takes quite a bit of time and self-study to really identify your deep-seated unconscious beliefs and how they animate you, and the programs that are running behind the scenes that have you react the way that you react to things and fear what you fear and, you know, attract to what you are attracted to. Big shift for you guys in that area, and it comes through some conversation or something you hear. It's just like the perfect words. It makes the dots connect, the light bulb goes off, and you're like, oh my God, I get it. I get it. Finally, I understand. It's kind of a magic moment here. So let's pull some tarot cards, Gemini, and see what else comes out with these two. All right, so yeah, look at that. Four of activations. This right here is reiterating what I said. These are these new ideas, new beliefs, new concepts that are growing roots in your subconscious mind, okay? And these are replacing some of the outdated programming that you've been operating from. And this could be in any area of your life, or this could even be for those of you who are on a spiritual journey right now. You're awakening to different aspects of yourself. You're about to have a big time shift. Certain things that you were sure of, like you know your name, you're going to come into a different understanding. The kaleidoscope is going to turn a notch and you're going to see everything quite differently than you have been. Six of manifestations. So there's help coming in for you, Gemini, but also this is saying where you can offer your expertise, your help, your advice through the month of April. Do so, because giving brings much receiving into your world. And also, you know, these two paired with this, the conversation, and this could be directly one-on-one conversation, or this could be something you're watching on YouTube or some podcast, something you hear, a movie you watch, just something that chimes so deeply in your soul, and it opens your mind, it expands you. Definitely coming in with this card here, that type of energy. All right. Look at this, 8 of Lessons. If you notice, there is a chain wrapped around this book. This is that information, that concept, that idea that you're finally opening up to, and it's been trying to come in but you haven't been ready. You haven't been able to receive this message, this understanding, this lesson, this knowing. Also with this, some of you may have been reaching and really trying and striving, but it wasn't the right time. And if it's not the right time, it can be in front of your face, but it's going to be just out of reach until divine timing. So there's a shift to this energy for you guys. Yeah, because now we have 10 of intuition. Gemini, as these new concepts, new ideas take root in your subconscious mind, your intuition is on point through April. It is precise. Do not question yourself. Follow those inner promptings all the way to the very end. And this here, it's Gemini, I'm telling you, wherever you've been incredibly blocked, really confused in your mind, in your heart, or external factors in your life, at your job, with your friends, your family, just certain circumstances, it's just this utter epiphany, this wave of understanding, this explosion of consciousness for you with this card coming out. And really trust yourself. You are more right than you are wrong. I will tell you that right now. Awesome. Ace of Manifestations. Yes, this is a new beginning. This is something manifesting for Gemini. Things shifting for the positive. This coming under that teaming up, that help, that giving and receiving energy, and beautiful. So we have 8 of lessons, and now we have 8 of activations. This card right here is letting you know that a healing, a deep healing, is owed to you karmically, energetically, through the law of attraction, however you want to look at it. There is beautiful energy that's going to restore and heal all the damage, all the confusion, all the heartache, the despair. It's coming through with this card, but this is something that is owed to you by the universe, Gemini. You are owed this healing. You are owed this blessing, because along with healing, there is a blessing that takes place with this card, and it is owed to you. Know that when it comes into your life, pat yourself on the back and say, I deserve this. I did this. The way I've been going about things, the choices I've been making, just whatever is played out for you, Gemini. This second row is like off the chart good. Like just positive, healing, manifesting, knowing who you are, knowing what you know, being incredibly empowered in yourself. Seriously, trust yourself. Yeah, because now we have 6 of activations. This here, you're on a new wavelength, Gemini. This communication that's coming through not only could be taking place with, people in your life, but those of you on this really deep spiritual journey where you're kind of been turned inside out, but now it's like we're on the other side of that, and you've reached a new frequency of perception, like your brain waves, the energy that they emit, you are going into other dimensions. You connect with other beings, whether you're consciously aware of this or not. Okay, and you have reached a higher level through all of this work, and that's why your consciousness is shifting, because you have reached a higher level. Therefore, all the information, knowledge contained at that higher level looks a little bit different than where you've been, and that's why deep-seated beliefs are about to have a big-time shift and transformation. And in that place, Gemini, don't ever think, oh my gosh, how could I have ever believed this or followed this practice? Because the version that you have, transformed into, of course, would never relate to what you've left behind, okay? But the version of yourself at that point in your life journey needed something from those different things you believed in and practiced and all of that, okay? But who you've evolved into is so beyond that, don't shame it. Don't look down on yourself, because it was a step in your journey, a step that you needed to take, a step that really did expand your consciousness and began to open you up for what's now taking place throughout April. So, you know, so many people will look back on relationships and different situations and, oh my God, how could I have ever been with that person? Oh my God, or how could I have ever stayed at that job for as long as I did? It was horrible. It was awful. Well, the version you've become now is not compatible with those things. It's a much more elevated expression of yourself. So never mourn the past because you've outgrown it. If you had not, it would still be a part of your current reality. Keep that in perspective. I love it. Two of activations. This is where a lot of energy is being projected to you from the non-physical realm. Not surprised with what I'm seeing here, but this is where your creativity really explodes. Your skills, your talents, your spiritual gifts are receiving an upgrade, a boost of energy. And that sits right under the manifestations and help coming in, Gemini. Look at that. And nice. We end the reading with the lessons totem. And the advice of this card is sit back and observe, watch, pay attention to what people are doing and saying. Pay attention to their mannerisms, Gemini. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're like me, when you feel a strong connection to an idea or to a person, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel this in my soul. I want this to work. This has to mean something. And I feel totally invested and all the way in just because of that connection in my soul. Well, Spirit has taught me that those soul connections aren't always about the destiny that we are fantasizing in our head. It's a lesson. There's something to be gained there. And so because I truly desire a certain person or situation in my life, I will overlook red flags that are so obvious when I look back. And so I get that kind of with this card for you guys, where there's things that you're overlooking and not paying attention to. Okay, because it's not the answer you want, or you want this person in your life, or you want things to work out a certain way. So you're overlooking some stuff. But with this card here, Gemini, it tells me you see the truth for what it is. Your intuition knows, your soul knows. There's no lying to your soul. And your soul is projecting right back to you, hey Gemini, yeah, these red flags? Yeah, and so before you get invested or decide that something is the right thing for you or what you want to be doing, quietly observe, pay attention to everything that's being said. I'll give you an example. I have this friend. I guess I should call her somebody I know. And I enjoy her. She's funny. You know, she's cool as a person, her personality, being in her energy. However, there's another side to her, a side of me. And I kind of had that sense, but I constantly overlooked every red flag that sprung up because I really wanted to be her friend, because I really liked her personality. Well, once I became aware fully, you know, because that's how the universe works. It's just a little shake, right? And then it's a harder shake. And then it might be a smack. And then pretty soon you're getting socked in the face. If it's to the point of being socked in the face, you really overlooked a lot of red flags. I promise you that. And, you know, people tell you exactly who they are, Gemini, in just their words, what they say, what they don't say. You know, seriously, a red flag is a red flag regardless of emotional attachment and desired intention. Pay attention to them. And it's like you can't even escape them. but you want to tell yourself you're wrong. That, no, I'm just being paranoid. No, I'm worrying. No, no, no. Well, there's this big shift taking place in April where it's like you can't deny what your soul knows, and you see it, and you've seen it time and time again. And you're at this point where you're finally in the acceptance of allowing the expansion of consciousness, allowing this blessing and healing that's owed to you to come in, allowing this upgrade, this elevation to your gifts, your talents, your skills, your spiritual abilities. All right? You have earned this. You are operating at a different frequency. Your mind, your consciousness, the way you're perceiving, it's of a higher level. And there are some things and some people that you would like to have in your life, Gemini, but they don't operate in this space, okay? So in order for that to be in your world, you have to constantly keep, going back from the progress you made to join that person, to join that situation, because it's in your past. It's a lower vibration, but there's that period where we can still hold on. There's still enough energy where we can connect. But as time goes, eventually there is no connecting. And that's when it feels like we're getting punched in the face. Because, when we were first feeling the pulling away, we were like, okay, no, I'm going to hang on tighter, instead of saying, why is all this happening? What's all of these signs? It's like, if something's resisting you, something's falling away from your life, don't hold on tighter. Let it go. Release it. Trust the universe that what's meant for you is always going to come back to you. Always, always, always. And what's not meant for you only harms you. It's, and so many people think, if I could just be with this person, I could show them how much I love them, and they would love me. Well, that might happen, but when it comes to love, believe me, you don't want somebody just to have them, just to be in their world. You only want somebody who's going to meet you on that same level emotionally, spiritually, and love you in that place. That is where the magic is. That is true love right there. And anybody who doesn't want to meet you in that place is not worth it. They need to do their work to elevate, okay? Because to get to this, you did work. You elevated your energy. You changed your destiny. You purged karma. You healed yourself. You expanded consciousness for this to happen. And not everybody is capable, okay? It's maybe at some point in their life, but Gemini, there's some people in your life that are just in a different wavelength than you are. And the more that you observe from a perspective of just wanting to see what Spirit sees, that you should be aware of, because Spirit's, doesn't give good or bad. We are the ones that label that. It's just all vibrations of energy. So ask Spirit to show you, what is it that I truly need to see about this person, that person, this situation? What is it that you want me to quietly observe in the shadows? What is it that you want me to know, to understand? And with this card, it's like, whatever you are discovering, at least for the month of April, it's like, keep it to yourself. There's no point in calling anybody out or telling anybody what you know. It's all about absorbing and perceiving and seeing as these activations really take root and this beautiful healing comes in. And I think by May, Gemini, when we get to your season, end of May, through June, you're just in a much different place. And what was challenging you is no longer affecting you. So let's pull some more cards, Gemini. My voice is getting all hoarse and I don't know why. Alrighty. So we have last quarter moon energy, acceptance. Yes. The letting go of old beliefs, old desires, because you see the truth, and that sets you free. That lets new manifestations come in. That lets your mind, your perception really shift. Oh, nice. Blessed moon energy, full moon magic, Gemini. Between now, well, this is moon cycle to moon cycle. We had the Libra full moon about 7 days ago, about a week ago. So, I would say over the next 5 weeks, there is a lot of beautiful change, a lot of beautiful energy coming in, conversations, different things being said to you, again, where it really shifts you. It opens you up. It lets you know how on point you have been, and the barriers, why certain things have not worked or can't proceed forward, as we have already discussed. Gemini, things are about to get good, okay? Really trust that. Believe in that. Trust the barriers that have been in place in the past, because those are shifting out of your reality. I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of shifting in all the readings for everybody. April just seems like a very special time. It's spring. Everything's coming back to life. At least it is in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, everything is changing. It's fall. It's the harvest. It's reaping all that we have sown. So this is a powerful time of new beginning, of cleansing, of purging, of healing, of, birthing into a new version of self, as well as reaping a harvest, just depending on where you're at in the world and also where you are at on your life journey. So let's pull an outcome and advice card for you, Gemini. Outcome. Ooh, yeah, spiritual enlightenment. Right there. We've already seen it, Gemini. We have already seen it. And I somehow lost a card from right there. Oh, look at that. I picked it up in the deck. What do you think, bottom or top? Well, it's the Two of Activations. So we will do that. That's bonus. That's pretty snazzy how Spirit did that, I'll tell you what. Spiritual enlightenment. Gemini, like I said, the dots are just going to connect for you in April. Advice. Yes. Good karma. Yes. You have that twice now, where this is owed to you. Okay, Gemini? The beautiful energy coming back into your world, that's owed to you. And this activation, where's that taking place? Oh my gosh, look at that. Here's that barrier again. Okay? Barrier. No. Angel guidance. We were protecting you. Okay? We were protecting you. That's why the barrier was there. That's why whatever this particular no is for you, that's why it was a no. Because we were protecting you. And now, because of these activations, you are in a place to truly observe whatever this situation is, specifically for you, and you're just going to see it. And now, because you see it for what it is, consciousness shifts, the knob in the kaleidoscope clicks, the picture is completely different, and boom, you're just, Gemini, a powerful month for you guys. You're definitely being guided by Spirit, big time spiritual awakening and shifting. Previous activations finally taking root, which is helping you get rid of old, deep-seated beliefs that no longer serve you. And because of all of this work, you are now shifted into a higher frequency of perceiving. And that comes through in this ace and in the 6 of activations, this healing and 8 of activations that's owed to you, and good karma. Angel guidance, you are so guided by whatever has rejected you, whatever didn't work out. Gemini, oh my gosh, trust it, because Spirit was truly protecting you. And I don't know, there's some Geminis out there that really needed this message, just the way that that worked out. Like, seriously, that was pretty cool. So, Gemini, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.